Good morning. Welcome to Thursday Morning Coffee with me. I'm Jen. I have coffee. My coffee is delicious. I made a latte this morning. Slightly late this morning because reasons. Grinding coffee was one of them. So there you go. I have a fancy schmancy new job description, which is that of Hello Rural Rumble, breaking auto farms. Believe it or not, I'm now an enforcer or part of the enforcement moderation team. Anyhow, I have been given permission to do some of this live, which is really interesting because you'll get to see my conflicted feelings of, oh my gosh, that's such a cool build, and oh, it violates all the rules. No, don't do it. So here we go. The community moderators, the World Observers. Hello, Zestra. The World Observers have been kind enough to give me a long list of plots and screenshots. So now you get to see firsthand what all of this looks like on the other side. So before anybody gets your knickers in a knot, oh yeah, look, there's one. Okay, so first off, gotta empty that inventory because none of that is mine. First off, before anybody gets their knickers in a knot, let me introduce myself. So here I am looks like I'm in London, and that's what I look like when I'm doing all the enforcement business. My alt name is Jen the Hammer, and it looks like there are a bunch of people hanging out with me here. Selfie! So, that is my alt. My alt is Jen the Hammer, and Jen the Hammer smashes things. So, I appear to be in creative mode, which is great. That's classy. Everybody's gonna know something's up. So, let's see. And yes, Chris, Auto Farms. Time to make Uplift less laggy. Well, actually, I'm gonna be hanging out in London this morning, so disappointment. Here I go. This one's really close by. Okay. So this is the place I was at yesterday. And this is the place I'm going to. Where am I? Can't tell. Oopsie. Where I am. Oh, I'm going in here today. Okay. This is kind of interesting. So first things first. I'm setting my game mode to spectator so that I can see all the shizzle. Come on. There we go. Like old-timey prohibition officers breaking up speakeasies. Basically, yeah, it is a lot like that. If you have a speakeasy, then you get in trouble. If it's out in the open and you genuinely have no clue, then that's a little different. Look at all the hoppers, 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 hoppers. Oh, it's auto farmy business. Oh, gibbers, look at all those hoppers. Are you seeing this? Holy. Okay, well, I know why I'm here. This is probably going to take the rest of the show. I don't think we're going to get to place number 2. So, I'm going to start, I guess, up. Oh, wow. Well, all of these are dispensers, but if they don't have anything in them, then I think the hoppers just have to go. Like, even with me, I have a hopper dispenser chest thing set up on one of my plots. That's going to be gone today. The dispenser can stay, but the hoppers will go. So, I was in here. So I'm going to start over. I need to find a safe place to stand and then figure out how to get up there. So, okay, so here I am, breaking parties. Rural Rumble says 4,300. Okay, well, I'm gonna write that down. That'll be on a different list because I'm guessing you're asking me to go for fun instead of business. So 4,000,300. So Rural Rumble, how about tomorrow morning? We'll go hang out at your place. So that's tomorrow. Today is breaking all the things. Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. Don't put up hoppers, cause they cause lag, and then I break them, and everybody's sad. Everybody's sad. So all this fun stuff that's floating around, and you're like, but Jen, you picked up a ton of it in your inventory. I'm like, yeah. No, I don't get to keep it. So that's the other reason for having an alt account. You can be absolutely darn certain that I'm not hanging on to any of the stuff I find. Because that would be wrong. Super, super wrong. Don't do it. Also, I have my own farms and they're small and I don't need anything. So I guess that's the other thing. Like all of these resources that I'm finding, I don't need them and I don't really know what anybody would use them for. Because, like, you don't need this. So, I don't know. Color me Jen. Okay, so that's all of that over there. Now let's go over to this side because there's more. So much more. So, in case you're wondering what happens to all of the resources, they simply disappear thanks to our friend Clearleg. Clearleg eats the resources that we find in the hoppers. And that's, oops, that's disappointing. I need to get something in here for that. So in case you're wondering, I do occasionally make oopses, and I try my best to fix them nicely. Honestly, if you're doing this much stuff, you're probably facing a ban anyway, so I'm not too concerned about making things perfect if I make a hole in something, but, I'm trying mostly not to flood the place. If you have like 5 billion hoppers, though, and they all are blocking water, and I, like, break your hoppers and then the water floods your place, maybe you should have thought about that before you build. So that is also part of the auto farming business. Look at all these hoppers. This place is quite something. So I'd love to tell you how hoppers cause lag. I don't really know the mechanics of it. So, sorry, I got no info. So let's see here. Oh, more fun. The owner is sad. Can I come and take those carrots? Well, you probably shouldn't. I mean, I'm not going to say don't raid the place. If it were me and my job to run the place, I would say probably not a good idea. But at the same time, if they're floating around, if you happened to be wandering by and I weren't doing this live and you just saw all of this floating around and you happened to run by and pick up resources, I guess. But honestly, like carrots grow so fast, grab one and leave the rest. You don't need more than that. And if you're just doing it as a resource grab because you're too lazy to farm your own stuff, then no. I mean, no. Definitely not no. So that's, that's where that's at. Oh, there's hoppers all over there too. Okay. Boop. Boop. Yeah. Oh, that's water. Okay, not doing that. Water's up there. Okay. Hang on. There's water everywhere. I'm not doing water. Is that better? Yes. Okay. Ugh. Seriously? Like, okay. New plan. So, if you're the kind of person who's going to build with excessive hoppers and I'm going to have to come and take them down, try and make your build so that the hoppers don't just hold back water, because that just gets messy, and we don't need that. You don't need that. I don't need that. I mean, I'm assuming that you're probably going to want to come and play sometime, and if that's the case, then I don't know, just don't. So my goal here is to remove functionality of any kind of auto farm and auto collector. So here I go, removing functionality. I will occasionally boop something in the redstone circuit to make sure it's, non-functional in case you happen to have a supply of pistons somewhere and could just like put it back together. We're not doing that. So boop. Okay, so that part is taken care of. Now there's something else over here too. This has a switch and the switch is for that. Okay, so that's done. Okay, did I miss anything? Yeah, sure did on this side. But, yep. There There we go. Okay, so breaking all the hoppers. London's gonna be so good. Everyone loves London. 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 Do. So how do I get back in here? This way. Yeah. Deck the halls with rows of hoppers. Fa la 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 la. Break them all and don't use droppers. Fa la 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 la. Nobody said that I was going to make up good songs. I have not yet figured out a setup for playing music while I live stream. I would like to. That would be good, because then you don't have to just hear me like talking to myself and singing. My singing's not terrible, I realize that, but it's also maybe not the most entertaining. Okay, so go underground. There are many things I would guess. Yes, definitely. Definitely. There is going to be a lot of undergrounds going on here. So, but first, boop. No more rail. No more of this or that. Now, okay, so I've got all of the carroty hoppy things there. And I took care of all of the ones over here that were like obvious. Now, I believe that means I start working my way down. Down, down, down. Boop. Oh, here's sugarcane. There, then over here. That. Pull lever to exit. I guess I can leave that because, you know, leaving is nice. Boop. Boop. Now, there should have been, I guess, using minecart collection. Usually there's a row of hoppers where the sugarcane is. There are not. So, minecart collection. Cool. Let's keep going this way. Here's some more. Oh, what is that? What's in here? Nothing. Okay, cool. Dispenser with a button. No issue. As long as there aren't like 10 of them. Oh, it's golems. Hi, golems. Mm-hmm. There are 30 of you. Holy. Okay, well, that's the thing. Okay, so there's probably a hopper underneath that composter. And all right. Back up here. Was there anything? Oh yeah, there was up here too, wasn't there? Oh no, that was all the hoppers I already got. Okay. So there's this thing. Press me. Why? Pretty sure that you do the thing with the water. Yeah, there's blockfish in there. So, you gone. Those can stay because they are not getting commercial. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, done that. Nothing obvious there, nothing obvious there. Let's go over here because there's probably more. Always check the corners too. People hide things in the corners. That's a thing. So there's some under there. What about up? Oh, well, hello there. Let's just be dealing with this. So this is the kind of thing where it is definitely an excessive use of resources. I'm not trying to destroy all the plants because I don't have an issue with plants. Plants will do their planty things and be merry. But if you're knocking them off with machines, that's not cool. Don't do it. So here we go. Boop, 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 boop. And, ça va bien. Et vous? It's a melon. Yay, melons. Okay, so that's done. Now, is there anything else? What's up there? What is this? How to make cobblestone in 4 easy steps with tons of hoppers. I don't know if it's 4 easy steps or not, but bye-bye, hoppers. Bye-bye. Ah, très bien, c'est bon. In case anybody's wondering, since my kids started at French immersion, I've been doing better with my French. I'm not going to say I'm spectacular at it yet by any stretch, but I'm certainly better. Now, there's mine carts. There's the hoppers. Where are they? Beep. Beep. Done. Okay. And over here, no. Okay. Cool. So now I get to start on these things because there's a button there. Is there anything in there? No. Of course not. Well, the hopper was there and it had stuff. So, I don't know. Whatever. We're just going to get rid of hoppers because that's our job today, is to bust all the hoppers that we can find. Oh, there's some. Oh boy. Consistency is a thing that is overrated. There and there. Oh, sorry. Didn't really mean to boop that. But, when you're going to catch a band, does it really matter? That didn't need to get booped. So this is my life now. Smashing all the hoppers and occasionally oopses, but trying not to. There. Okay. So this is cleared. Now I'm going to be going through the rest of the place. I'm probably going to, let's see, clear severe abuse of rules, especially as we have, I've got a thing covering that, spoken so much about auto farms. Well, yes, but to be fair, watch out for the creeper. Hey, guess what? I'm in creative, so I'm fine. Also, it's London. They don't really do much. To be fair, the person who owns this plot has been with us since the very, very beginning, and we didn't have the auto farm rule then. We do now. Should they have gone back and taken all their stuff out? Yep, absolutely. Especially since we've been so very public about it. However, the fact that it was made in the first place, yeah, it was probably done before the auto farm rule came into place. So, we live, we learn. But, as with anything, there's always that flip side. Would we be nice? Maybe. But was there plenty of time to take it down? Definitely. Hey, who's there? Somebody was flying around. Who are you? Where you go? I saw you. Hey, who's that? You fighting with those zombies? Yeah. Fight those monsters. Anyway, I was going to go down below and see what was there. So the truth is, let me see. There's golems in the basement. Poor golems. I don't see much in the way of hoppery business there. Golems and zombies. That's where the iron farm is. There's not a little bit, but not too much going on there. A little bit over here. This stuff is the neighbor's place. I did that yesterday, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it's mostly just cleared out, so then I'm going to go down here. But, you're thinking to yourself, hey, it's just all granite and bedrock. I've seen that before, and then I found a giant item sorter underneath. So, I'm taking a look. But I don't really see a whole lot going on down here. So it was mostly above ground, and that's the other thing is with builds that are mostly above ground, they were either most of the time either put in before the rule came into place about the auto farms and the hoppers, or there's someone who just genuinely has no clue. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a language barrier, maybe it's something else, but you got to keep all of that in mind. Because, above all, we need to be nice to people. And yes, the older player would have been aware of the rules as he had a longer time in game. This is true. This is, yeah, and that's why this person's likely facing a ban. So, and I say likely, this is not a unilateral decision. I don't make these decisions. However, Royal Rumble knows more than I do. He left the game when the auto farm rule came into place. So then he's not going to care if he gets banned. I hope. Yeah, so that's a thing. Anyway, I'm going to keep smashing this. I'm going to turn the live stream off because, you know, there's only so much smashy smash you guys can probably handle in one show, and I can only make up so many bad Christmas songs about it. But thanks for tuning in, and tomorrow I'm going to go visit Royal Rumble's plot. Royal Rumble, are you in London? Because that's a question. And good morning to Ghetto Crypto, and be kind and get well. Yes, because you are an old alpha player. Yes. So does that mean that you are in London? Pablo, smashy. Yeah, Pablo understands. Okay, so I'm going to go with probably in London. Maybe. I don't know. We can find that out tomorrow too. Anyhow, enjoy your Thursday. Yes, London. Okay, I've got that written down. So tomorrow we're going to go hang out at Royal Rumble's place and see what we can find. And for now, I'm going to put on some loud music and smash some things. Thanks for hanging out with me. If anybody has questions about auto farms or hopper use or anything like that, redstone builds, there are a couple of general things to keep in mind. One action per circuit per item. So one action per circuit per item. If you have an auto farm of some sort or an auto harvester, let's say you're chopping down sugarcane, you should press a button. It'll give you one sugarcane and no auto collection. You have to go pick it up yourself. So that is okay to, you know, as long as it's switched. But if you have one button that harvests like an entire farm, not cool. If you have a hopper here or there for creative reasons, let's say there's a quest or a game or something like that, probably not even going to bat an eye at it, especially if you have it switched so that it has an on and off switch. Great, good for you. Probably don't mind. If there are a lot of them in a small space, that one I'd probably get somebody else to review. If you have a creative build, so let's say you have some piston doors or some other creative use of redstone, most of the time that's probably okay as long as it's not excessive. If it is, like if it's my threshold of excessive, then I'm gonna get someone to review it. And asking about, what about water pushing to a central area? Well, is the water switched? Because if yes, that counts as auto harvesting. Are there hoppers? Because those are no. And how much water do you have? Like if you have what we saw downstairs here, I'm just going to use that as my example. Down here, where to go? With the golems, that's too much water, because that will, water and lava actually cause lag as well. If you have a small amount, like there, it looks like there's steps here with the water. And if you have one step area of water, that's not going to cause too much lag. Do we frown upon it? Kinda. It's not ideal, but if you have, let's say you have some running water in between your things. Like I have a plot with 2 or 3 rows of, maybe 5 rows of berries, and I have water in between, and the water happens to flow, and I go and harvest the berries, and the water pushes me around, and it's really obnoxious, and all my berries usually end up in one place. That's not really a problem, but it's small. Like my berry area is half the size of one of those golem steps. So keep it reasonable. If you have a farm that's the size of that entire thing that I'm looking at here, all of that water, and you have one switch that turns the water on and the water pushes all the things into one area, that's considered auto farming. That doesn't work for us. So, and Royal Rumble says, break more. It's relaxing to watch. Well, yes. And no hoppers, manual cutting. Awesome. So again, it's just probably about scale. So if you have a lot of water, it's too much. If you have a little bit of water, it's probably like fine. Like 9 blocks or less of something is probably okay. The other thing is chunks. Where are your chunks? So if you hold down the F3 key on your keyboard and press G, it will show you your chunk boundaries. And this is really, really useful because if something happens in a chunk, it generally doesn't really cause that much lag. But if it crosses chunk boundaries, like, oh, look at this water crossing a bunch of chunk boundaries, yeah, it really does. Look at that. It will cause more lag, things that cross chunk boundaries, because then in order to get all of the water flowing, you're loading multiple chunks at a time. That one at least makes some sense to me. So if I have to load multiple chunks of water, because let's say I'm hanging out over here, or like right here on the edge, I'm up here, I'm switching my water on. My water is going through 1 chunk, 2 chunks, but it's also going through 3 and 4 chunks over here, right? So at that point, that's a bit much. So once again, is using hoppers always banned? It depends on the use. If you're using them to collect something, it's a bad time. If you're using them for creative use, so let's say that you need to drop a certain item into the hopper to open a door to go on your quest, that's acceptable as long as whatever system you design uses the least amount of hoppers possible, and try to have like 1 per plot. And again, being aware of the chunk boundaries is going to make a huge difference. So if you know that your chunk boundaries are, say, here, I would build that hopper system within the 1 chunk if possible, because that does make a difference. So again, and this is all subject to review. I am not the expert. I'm part of a team. If there's anything where I don't know what I'm talking about, or where I'm looking at it and there's any questions at all, I take screenshots and I share it with the team and we talk about it. So don't ever feel like there's any such thing as a unilateral decision. If you have any questions, your best bet is to use your F3 on the keyboard, hold it down, press the letter G, and get your chunk boundaries up. F3 again to show your coordinates. Take a screenshot of it by pressing F2, and then put it in the Discord support channel and just ask for a review at Ramses, or any of the world observers can probably help you. Just any of us that are out there. Did we officially get a call on hoppers with a solid block on top that stops or turns off a hopper? I don't know that we did, because there was some confusion as to what necessarily constituted a solid block. So that's a good question. Maybe if I were you, I'd ask that one in the Discord support. That's probably going to get a faster answer than going through me. Just find out. And yeah, like I said, the Discord support channel is the best place to ask all those questions, because you're going to get your team of experts there who will give you all the answers. So there you go. And I'm going to call it a day for now. We can do some more of this. Tomorrow I'm going to go visit a plot for fun. And, oh good, Ghetto Crypto, you're buying more land keys. Oh, that was the other thing. If you buy land that's new to you but secondhand and you find auto farms on it, say so. Go jump into the Discord support, get a screenshot with your coordinates, tell us you're aware of the auto farms and that you're working on taking them down. We might still pay you a visit because maybe we're on our list from like way back when, but we'll be aware that you are not to be banned, and we might just help you out with breaking them. So be aware of that as well. Let us know so that we don't let you know the wrong way. Right? Right. Keep everybody in the loop. So there you go. That's it for today. Have a happy Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow morning back in London. And that's it. Bye.